In this video, I'm going to show you how to edit a Google image. I posted a t-shirt that I had made and had people asking for the file. And even though I won't share the file, I will show you how it was made. So here's the shirt that I made. It's Green Bay Packers and it has an ornate heart. I put little footballs inside of it. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Let's go ahead and move this out of the way. So if you go to Google and search for an ornate Valentine's heart, this should come up. So I'm going to select it. I'm going to Path Trace Bitmap. Let's get this over here. And I have mine set at 600. I have smooth unchecked, stack scans unchecked, and I checked remove background. I played around with this a little bit because actually if you leave it at the default of 4.450, this is how it looks. That's not going to cut. So you have to raise your brightness cutoff threshold up. And I found that 600 would work fine. So I'm going to click OK. And I'm going to drag this off. This is my image. And I'm going to delete that. This one is my path. I'm going to work with this one. So the first thing I want to do is I want to put this little football up here. So first thing I'm going to do is rotate it and size it and figure out what all I want to keep and what I want to get rid of. Okay, so I want to get rid of all of this right here. So the way to do that is go to your node editing tool, edit paths by nodes, click on your heart, and all these little nodes are going to come up. So you can left click and draw a box around them. And when they are highlighted, I don't want this one deleted, so I'm going to hold the shift key and click on it to deselect it. And I actually don't want these selected either. So I'm going to hold the shift key and deselect all of those. Now the reason that happened is I was scrolling with my mouse wheel. And when you do that and you're on a node, it selects it. Okay. So just so you know that. And then I'm going to hit delete on the keyboard. And I'm going to go back in. I'm going to select the rest of them. And I'm going to hit delete on the keyboard. Get those out of there. Now I can take my football and I can put that inside. And I like to have the top part here about even with the top of the heart. And then I can shrink it to fit in that spot. And it actually doesn't look like it's going to fit well if I have it even with the top. But that's okay. All right. So now I want a solid football. I found out with trying to weed these that these slits right here that are open, because you can see through that, okay, it's not white. They were a pain to weed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this football, I'm going to go to path break apart, and then I'm going to deselect everything, and I'm going to select that white, I forget what they're called, threads, I forget what they're called. Anyway, I'm going to select that. I'm going to hold the shift key and select the football. And then I'm going to go to path difference. And that gives me that cutout. I want that to define the football. These two, because they're going to be so small, I'm not worried about. But they are still there. So we need to make this all one piece by selecting it all and going to path union. Now I'm going to hold the control key and duplicate this a bunch of times, and then I'm going to resize it because it's going to need to be very small, and I'm going to come back up here and I'm going back to my node editing tool, I'm going to select my heart again, and then I'm going to hold my shift key and I'm going to select these 4 and delete them. That deletes that one heart. Now this heart is symmetrical on each side. So if you delete one over here, you're going to want to go straight across and hold your shift key and select all of these and delete those on the other side. And make sure you get them all. Okay, go back to your selection tool, then you can bring a football over and you can rotate it, resize it, however you want to do it. Now you can duplicate this one, Control D, and flip it horizontally with this button right here. And then you can hold your arrow key, your left arrow key, and bring that football over like that, instead of grabbing another one and placing it and rotating it and all of that. Okay, so just decide which hearts you want to get rid of and where you want your little footballs to go, these ones here. And then when you're done, select it all. Okay, so everything is selected. I've only got 2 footballs in here at the time and the big one and the heart. But as you can see, it didn't select the heart because I was trying to not select these. So let me move those over. Here we go. All right, now I have the heart selected and all the little footballs. And then you're going to do path union. That's going to be one piece. It will cut as one piece. So then you can grab your image, raise it to the top, hold your control key and resize it to however big you want it to be inside there. Once you have your size correct, take it back out and ungroup it. Ungroup it till it says no groups down here. And then you need to grab your back layer. Actually, let's select it all first and Control D to duplicate it. And then let's go ahead and group that back. Now let's go back to this one and try to grab our black back layer, whichever one is in the back. There we go. We can pull that aside. We can select all of this and go ahead and delete it. Now this one is the same size as this one, but we want it a little bit bigger. So I'm going to go ahead and place this behind here. It doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm going to do a path outset. I'm going to do that a few times until it grows. You can see how much bigger it is now. Now I'm going to take this and place it where I want it on the heart. I don't want to delete any of those, so. And then I'm going to hold the shift key and I'm going to select the heart and I'm going to do a path difference. And that's going to cut that area out. Now when I move this one back in, as you can see, there's going to be a cutout around so that you're not connecting these with the black background. Now you could, if you wanted to, you could have ungrouped this. Let's go back. Okay, so let's undo the outsets. Okay. And I actually need this one. There we go. Okay. So you could take this one and you could hold the shift key and select the heart and you could do a path union. And now this is all going to cut out just like this. And then you could take this and you could ungroup it and you could deselect everything and grab your red layer and put that on, and then grab your white layer and put that on. And delete the black layer because you already have the black layer attached to your heart. So that's 2 ways that you could do that. And then you're going to select it all and group it. And it's ready to go to Design Space. I've got the word here to go along the bottom, like I have over here on the Packers. All I did was I went to Google and I downloaded Arkansas Razorbacks, and I turned this into a path by using the path trace bitmap, and then I drew a square over top of the Arkansas. I turned that into a path object path, and then hold the shift key and selected the Razorbacks so that the whole Arkansas Razorbacks and my rectangle was selected, and then I did a path difference, and it got rid of that Arkansas and left me with the Razorback. Okay, so that's how you would do that. And then you can go ahead and select all of this and group it and go to File, Save As. I save everything to the desktop initially, give it a name, save it as a plain SVG, okay? And it's ready to cut. It's that simple. It's very easy to do. So give it a try. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave comments. Thanks for watching, and join me in my next video.